Welcome to the Middle Age-ish podcast. Authentically and unapologetically keeping it real. Discussing all things middle-age-ish. A time when metabolism slows and confidence grows. Join fashion and fitness entrepreneur Ashley Badowski, former Celtic woman and founder of the Lisa Kelly Voice Academy, Lisa Kelly, licensed psychologist and mental health expert, Dr. Pam Wright, and highly sought-after cosmetic injector and board-certified nurse practitioner, Trisha Kennedy Roman. Join your hosts on the journey of Middle Age-ish.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Middle Age-ish. My name is Trisha Kennedy Roman, and I'm joined here today with my co-host, Ashley Badowski, Lisa Kelly, and Dr. Pam Wright. We're going to have so much fun tonight because we have the hilarious and infamous Kountry Wayne. That's country with a K. He has sold out comedy shows throughout the nation and a viral social media following, and he is just hilarious. He's got a new book that came out called Help Is on the Way, so we are really looking forward to this evening of having Kountry Wayne join us.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm
so excited. I feel like anyone, just being, if you can make someone laugh, I feel like that in itself is such a gift.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just reading how he came from literally almost nothing and just built himself through and how he helps others and inspires others. And his book is amazing.
And he finds comedy in just basic things.
Yes.
Because that is how life really is. And he's so raw and real. And just, again, it goes back to when you can find humor in this life, I think that is that's such a blessing. Yeah. And I'm so excited because if you look at any of his YouTubes or anything, it's hilarious.
Very funny.
Yes.
I have an embarrassing confession to make.
Oh my God. I love your confessions. Okay, Trisha, what is this one?
Okay, so my husband and I always argue who's funnier, right? I think I'm funnier. He thinks he's way funnier. But I told him the other day that I had Googled how to be funny. And he said, if you're having to Google how to be funny,
you're not funny.
You're not very funny.
It's hard to be witty. It's hard to be funny.
Because you have to, it's like firing on all cylinders at all times. It's
on a dime.
Random comments. I think it's
comebacks. If you can come back to somebody like that and just have a witty thing to say, it's really funny. But
that's why
it
I'm
takes
so
a lot of
excited
intellect.
because we all know that I absolutely love humor. If someone can make me laugh, and I just feel like laughing is just so good for the soul.
Absolutely. It's so funny. That's what a lot of people say when they're looking for a partner, someone who makes them laugh.
My undergrad research was that actually humor therapy boosts your immune system.
Oh, I can see that because you can actually feel it when you're in those moments. That's why I would always love to go to comedy clubs and stuff like that. Yeah. It really does elevate your mood, and I think that especially during these times, everyone needs to find some laughter. So, but again, I love the fact that he's real. You watch any of his little skits and it is hilarious. It's real. It's every day, and it's finding humor in every day. Yep. So, I think it's amazing. I'm super excited.
Well, I hope you guys all have on your depends because it's now time for us to welcome our guest, Kountry Wayne, who is going to have us
pee in our pants.
Depends are on.
We are so excited because we are joined now with comedic sensation Kountry Wayne. He sells out comedy shows throughout the U.S. and he has a massive social media following.
Huge.
And now he also has his new book out, Help Is on the Way by Kountry Wayne. So we are excited to have you. Welcome.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
This is amazing.
Yeah, man, especially right down the road. This is the best podcast ever came to.
You didn't have to go very far.
It still was late. That's crazy, right?
Oh, it happens.
Yeah.
I know. Best of intentions, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So I want to hear your story because
I know.
I kind of know your story because we're fans and read your book.
Your book
but
is awesome.
Tell us a little bit about your story because I think your story is really awesome.
Oh, man, I'm a small town country boy. I grew up in the country, loved women from day one, and had a lot of kids and basically grew up in poverty and just figured out a way out of no way, just from a rag to riches story to come from nothing to where I'm at now. Just one of those stories of faith and hard work and just really making it. So it's a story that could have been a nightmare, but it ended up becoming a dream.
That's amazing. Awesome. I like how you talk about before, so a lot of people doubted you.
Oh, yeah.
But you're like, I'm doing this. So how'd you keep going even though people were like, oh, yeah, whatever. We don't know. But
not caring what other people say. I do not care what another human being has to say for real. So I just
that's a blessing, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah. My sister always said that. She said one gift she always wanted from me was to really not care.
Yeah.
So I go within my spirit, and as long as it's not harming nobody intentionally, I go off the ideas and the energy that I have, and I don't care what other people say. So I think that allowed me to go through my purpose, because a lot of people purpose, God will tell them something, but if a human tell them something, they listen to that.
Right.
I listen to whatever God tell me.
Yeah, because he does speak.
Yeah, he speaks. Yeah, I know what's good for me. I know what I like. So I just think me being able to stay on my track and not affected about what other people say allowed me to make my journey unique.
Mm-hmm. Lisa Kelly is your soul sister, by the way, because that's her philosophy in life, is not to care. I try to learn from her.
I don't care.
That's
I really
what's
just, you just have to. I think if you get into this, so I'm a singer, so I think if you get into this industry anyway, anything to do with the entertainment industry, you have to build that shell around you, that things, and there's always so many people there to tell you, you're not going to do this. No, you're never going to make it. No. Go and get a backup job, like have something to fall back on. And my dad was always like, don't have something to fall back on, because then you won't work hard enough for what you want. So, I think you have to learn to go, I don't care. And I do care, obviously. It hurts. Words hurt, and social media hurts. Those things hurt. But I think if you can just kind of focus and go, no, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm going to do, and build your path.
Yeah, just use it as fuel. When people tell you can't do something, you got to use it as fuel, because obviously if you really want something, that means you're not going to be that happy until you get it. So you might as well go for it, because if you settle, man, you're going to live a miserable life.
You can't settle.
Yeah, you're going to be spreading that miserableness to other people.
Have you always found comedy in all situations? Okay. But I love that, because we were talking about it before you got here, how just laughter and comedy is just good for the soul, and that no matter what life experience it, like you got to find some humor in it.
Yeah. You have to, man. I always laugh. I don't care how serious the situation is. That's why I don't be around people a lot, because it's funny to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to find something.
But I think that's good.
Like during COVID, I'm not going to lie. Like I got a joke on stage when it be like, child support so high. Like, man. So one of my baby mamas got sick and she was coughing bad. I was like, oh.
Uh-oh. You see dollar signs.
This might be it. I ain't gonna step in God's way,
We're like, I'm just gonna step back and let God take the wheel.
Hey, so me, I like to laugh, and it's just humor and everything, because we don't see enough sad stuff. We don't see enough, the news got enough of that. So I'm not into deep conversations anymore, especially as I got older. It took me a lot of deep thinking and deep talking to get here, but now I'm worse. I'm like a child. The older I get, I think I had kids so early. I had to be grown. So
what's your kids' age span?
17 all the way down to 1.
And there's 10 of them.
10 of them.
That's okay. So
how do you balance all that?
I know.
Oh, guys, seriously.
Man, it take a village. You have to.
Well, you have a village.
You have to retire everybody in your family. You have to tell us, you quit your job. You quit your job. I need help. You quit your job. I guarantee you this. It take a lot of money. For real.
It's almost Father's Day. So like, how do you?
Oh, loads of presents.
Yeah. What do you?
Oh, they don't care about no Father's Day. Honest just told me, she said, I'm going to give you so much money on Father's Day. She said, I'm going to give you $17. Oh, listen, these kids, if I show you what they got me for Father's Day, they got me some fake money and wrote fake on the back. I keep it in my Bible, you know what I mean? But the Father's Day, they don't really do the gifts, because I don't really do gifts. I tell them every day is Christmas, every day is their birthday.
Absolutely
So true.
So I guess they give me the same energy. But nah,
They're like, they actually are.
they don't really do the gift thing. So I don't really look for nothing, but it's all love. We all a big family. We all love each other. My family deep, like from my grandmother to everybody. Everybody that I've seen in my family, my immediate family, I retired and everybody helps. Like my sister with the kids right now. They kind of push me to be creative, because it's like I got to make sure they straight in the village at peace. Because as long as I'm at peace, they can have the money.
Right. No, exactly.
Peace don't have no price,
Yeah.
Do they all have your humor?
Oh, they all are naturally funny. I think some people find their talent, but when you find your gift, it make room for others. When you find your talent, it'll make room for you. But my gift is really always been comedy. It's the only thing that get me accepted everywhere. It broke all barriers. When I was in trouble with teachers, if I be funny, it breaks every wall.
Down.
I was always internationally. Like I just did a show with Lisa Kudrow in New Zealand. It's a big show coming out. And
she's hilarious.
I was like, I love her.
They couldn't understand what I was saying in New Zealand a lot, because I got that country accent. But But when I started being funny, everybody just automatically understood everything.
It's universal.
It's universal.
Yeah,
so
comedy is universal.
My kids found it though. My kids are hilarious. Like,
oh my gosh, I think your household would be absolutely amazing just to live in for 24 hours.
Oh yeah,
just to,
They run away though. My teenage daughter's so funny because I make them clean up, so I keep my house clean. That's one thing my mom taught me, right? So this summer the house be kind of empty. They leave and go to their mom's house because it's like he home, he's not.
We're out of here.
They don't feel comfortable when it's too clean.
Yeah.
They feel more comfortable,
when it's crazy.
So it's funny, man, but it's all good, all love with the kids. I don't know what I'd do without them now because it's like a big family.
It is amazing, like what the children bring to you, and you can kind of see like life coming full circle. And I know that's super cheesy, but it is actually so true. So
a positive light, and you see employees that you're raising. Because when you start paying taxes, you really be like, I need some kids.
We discovered that the other day.
Got to hire the kids.
All right, so how did you learn, or when did you know you're really, really funny?
Man,
that's hard, I would think.
When I was young, I used to get out of anything, and I was doing it so easy. It was the easiest thing I ever done. And I had other talents. I used to rap. I was good. I could freestyle. I could spit a poem off the top of my head. But that comedy, it just was easy.
You.
Yeah,
it was you.
Yeah, it always worked. I could do hip hop music, right? I could rap, but I can't make no Taylor Swift song to hit the crossover audience, right?
Yeah.
But my comedy was able to hit everybody from day one.
How'd you learn?
Oh, child support forced me to learn it. I went viral online doing skits, and I was like, I get some money. So I grabbed the microphone. I figured it out. I had a girlfriend. I had to break up with her because she was stressing me out. So when I broke up with her, I came up with some content. So I just use my real life situations and go out there and I tell it. Because when you speak your truth, people scared to speak their truth. Because most of the time you're going to get judged. But when you speak your truth, it's the best art. You know Amy Winehouse?
Yes.
Remember when she sung her songs? Yeah. And I was like, why is her song so, it hit different? But she'll go through those situations and then sing about it. Even Taylor Swift. So it's going to hit your spirit different because we connected anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so we can feel when we speak. Yeah, we know when somebody telling the truth. And I was always trusted because I speak the truth. People always trusted me. But it was that comedy. It was the gift.
So where did Jesus Poppin' come from?
Man, I grew up on God. But, you know, I got away from God. I still believed in him, but when I got him back, I realized he was always with me, but I was not always with him. So I was living off his grace. But then when I was in the streets and I started reading the Bible, I read the Bible 7 times. I'm on my 8th trip now. I read it from beginning through the end. And I realized Jesus is popping. The church was making me feel like you so judged. I'm like, no, you can still be cool, be fresh and be liked and have
just
Jesus.
Be you.
Yeah, you don't have to be holy than thou, like that, because you know ain't nobody perfect but him. And in the industry, they tell you if you say Jesus' name, you lose a lot of opportunities because you really can't say it on TV like that anymore.
Right.
So I went on Good Morning America, and the first thing they did was zoom in on my chain.
I saw that,
and my publicist was like, "She can't believe
I saw that.
They allowed Jesus to be seen." But what it is, I stand on it so strong that it makes other people who know me, they respect that. Everybody, all my lawyers, agents.
Because it just is the truth.
But
it's
that's
your
you.
truth.
Yeah, it's the truth. Like because you know, I'm a black man. So when I read the rules, the teachers told me, they said, if you work hard, you could get there. I'm like, I need to cheat a little bit because I'm too far behind. Who that was walked on water. So I need to get ahead. I need to cheat. And when I read that, you know, out of all the commandments, he said, if you keep the first 2, you basically won't do nothing too bad. And it was love thy neighbor and put him first. And if you do those 2, like you ain't gonna do nothing too crazy. Like I'm not finna rob, steal, rape, take, kill. And people can feel that off of me and you can feel that off of people. So that's why when it was, a lot of people was like, how you say you got Jesus and you had so many women and stuff? But people really, to be honest, just because a person have a lot of women, you still trust them in your house. But if a person been stealing, I'm like, hey, hey, man, we come here, move everything around. So it's like, we kind of know common sense humanity. You know, I just wanted people to know, man, Jesus popping, you can still be lit. And I wanted people to know you can still, you know, have fun.
So how long have you been doing like big time comedy? How long has that been?
I've been doing it since 2014. I went viral in 2014.
Okay.
I had 0 followers. And by that, and I went viral October, and by March 2015, I had like 1 million followers.
Wow, that's insane.
So then I started going out. I think May of 2015 was my first show, comedy show, and I kind of hit instantly.
Yeah.
Like it took off fast immediately. You know, I just had to get good at stand up. So I used that time to get good, but I hit it as soon as I came out. I just kept picking up different genres
Yeah.
every day.
So how many followers do you have now? Like you have, it's
Between
ridiculous.
Instagram and Facebook, I think it's like 11 million. And I just started TikTok.
Wow.
I'm gonna start jumping on there today.
Yeah.
I started last night. I put up a video just to see what vibe I'm gonna start doing on there. But yeah, so I'm gonna start on TikTok now because a lot of people are on there. Yeah, but I'm like 11 million strong. It's just I have no intentions. I just love people for real. So I think when people feel it, when they come around me, it's like I remind everybody of the honest time.
Right.
Like just that friend that. So, because I'm gonna stay me. Nothing's gonna change me. I don't care if I was broke. Pandemic, I ain't have no money. I went broke during the pandemic because we couldn't tour.
Right.
I was willing to go back. I was about to start. I bought me a box truck. Kountry Wayne was about to be delivering Amazon packages. And I was not ashamed. I'm like, hey, I got to do this. I had a truck. I sent it back. So I'm so at peace. I'm just, it's just relatable because there's no real pressure, man. As long as I got me something to eat and a roof over my head,
Yeah.
I'm all right.
I think it's really admirable because I don't think many people do that kind of thing.
Or stay
I've watched,
true. Yeah.
I've watched people go through stuff and not want to do other stuff because they're like, yeah, but do you know who I am? Or what I find as well is that people tend to surround themselves with people who will just say yes to everything that they're saying. So I think it's really admirable.
I appreciate it.
I have to say, we talked about before you got here, like how I love the fact that you can be family friendly. So I hate going to comedy clubs where people are making vulgar kind of like, or they pick somebody out of the audience and they make them uncomfortable. That makes me uncomfortable. So
I made that decision from the beginning. I was like, man, I'm never going to talk about nobody but me and my family, and I'm not going to curse. I say hell or damn, but I made that a conscious decision in the beginning because I wanted everybody to be able to listen to me, and it worked. So I've been doing it without cursing for years, and people don't even notice that I don't curse until they realize, he didn't curse in this comedy. But so I made that conscious decision. Now my comedy's still raw. I still speak the truth, but I think I get away with it because I don't curse. Yeah. So
I've always found it really funny here, though. I've always found it really strange because, like, I'm obviously Irish and we curse all the time, and it's like a figure of speech. It's not done nastily. It can be, but like it's dropped into conversation all the time when you're talking. But it was one of the first things I noticed when I moved over here was that people don't curse. People don't do it, and yet anytime you turn on a comedy special, there's like F-bombs dropped everywhere, and you're going, that's really weird. Like, how is that acceptable? And yet nobody does it when you're talking.
It's the hardest thing. Amy Schumer just followed me, and a lot of comedians respect me because of that. Because as a comedian, that is the hardest thing to do it without the crutches.
Absolutely.
But I'm competitive, man. When I start something, I do it with intention. So I was like, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it like this because the Jerry Seinfeld show, one of the biggest shows ever. Yeah. And Jerry Seinfeld was a clean comedian. Yeah. He talked about real situations, but he was clean. So I was like, then,
popular.
It's popular. I'm like, man, these shows that were clean were some of the biggest. They're not cussing on Friends. So I was like, it's common sense. Everybody don't know everything, but all of us know stuff that's just not that vulgar. Bad boys, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like everybody know the song, and them guys made so much money off one song. So I did my research. I was like, hold up, I like the money.
We got a lot of
child support. You just figure out.
You figure out how to make it work.
You got to figure out how to make it work. Get the most out of it.
Do you feel pressure though, or is it kind of easy?
Or is it just your life? Like you've got so much in the bank.
Yeah, I'm pretty creative because I listen to people. I'm a listener, so I got so much content because most people talk more than they listen, so they don't have that much content in them because they never listen. Yeah. So I'm so filled with content because I kind of know, like even when I meet y'all, I know I've met a person of each person.
Yeah, but that's brilliant because most people don't listen.
They don't listen.
Want to talk and share their own
stuff.
That's
don't listen, man. You got to listen.
Yeah,
that's the game.
That's how you learn, right?
That's how you learn. You must listen because everybody has something to say, even if it's listening not to do that. I knew my uncles didn't know what they were talking about, but I had to listen to know to never listen to them.
That's what you had to know.
So you got to be a listener.
Yeah.
And then that content, it programs in your brain and you think you don't know, but as soon as you get in that situation, that content comes out. It's like when I tell people when they read the Bible, they be like, I can't understand it. You don't supposed to understand it. When you take a pill for your ankle to get better, you don't know how it goes from your mouth through your ankle, but you just know it gets there.
Right.
So when you listen, you are filled with content. And when it's time for it to come out, it's gonna roll out.
But you have to be quiet to listen,
Gotta
which
be
is
quiet.
What's hard for people.
You got to be really quiet and listen to people. Everybody don't listen. They ready to say what they got to say.
Yeah.
I think it's so awesome because you're hilarious, but you're deep too. I think that's like your book. I think that there's so many dynamics to you. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, thing. You got to be deep because if not, you'll be silly.
Yeah.
And silly is funny is two different things.
Right.
So you kind of, to be funny, you're going to have to pull for something deep because you got to trigger first and then make that trigger light and make people smile through dark things. So that's what comedy is about.
Yeah.
So where'd your book come from? Because your book is amazing, but where did this creativity of writing come into place?
Rivers is a co-writer. She helped. I told her everything. So I had to record everything for 2 years. I'd never write another book again.
Really?
Oh
One
my
and done.
God.
Why? One and done. Yeah.
Man, they tricked me. Then I had to do the audio book. So they emailed me and it was like, would you mind doing your own audio book? Like,
Oh, no.
yes. Everybody was like, oh, thank you. I'm like, why y'all so happy about me reading the book? So I got up there on reading the book. They were like, go back. I said, go back. They said, you missed the ears. I said, okay. Oh, go. I said, oh my God. You have to say every word correctly. And I got this country accent. I never talk correctly. Ever. I called Matthew, the guy pinging around the house. I say, man, y'all set me up. They were all back there laughing. I'm in here, got to pronunciate every word. I had to go back to my mind at school. I remember you supposed to I had to retrain because I talk like me. I might say, I'm going over there. I'm going over there. But I had to go say, I'm going over there.
There.
Oh my God.
There.
That would take forever for all of us. I can't even imagine. Wow.
Never again.
Was it amazing to get out your story and all the things that you wanted
Yes,
to say?
it was. I was just happy for people to really get to know me. That's my goal in life. You know, when you work on yourself, you can't wait for people to get to know who you are. Because people don't know who you are for real through social media, they can't just look and tell. Right. So just my past and where I came from, I was ready for people to really get to know me, especially the things I got coming up. I think that book was so perfect because it's always a go-to of who this new guy is. Because I continue to be new to a lot of people every day. And the book was always something they could go back to and be like, oh, this is who he is. And so I was happy about that book
I love seeing your little girls getting the book at the bookstore.
Oh my gosh, that was so.
Oh yeah,
they were so cute.
They were very
amazing.
Yeah,
they were happy, man.
I just love the fact that you stayed true to yourself, and no matter how many followers, but then it like really caught up. Just being you and just staying consistent.
I think everybody, if they really be who they really are, they're going to shine regardless. Now, you could fabricate yourself and go viral as something else, but now you stuck that person forever.
Exactly.
Right.
God don't make no mistakes. You're going to shine and you're going to be at peace. And that's what it is. That's where your peace at. Because I don't follow trends. I wear what I want to wear. Like I started back wearing duck head. Everybody was like, you wear duck head, but now everybody trying to.
I love that.
You know, because I like duck head.
Yeah.
You
that was a thing.
So I think if everybody just be them, they're going to shine and glow because it's going to be this flow.
But that's why you have become so successful, is because you are who you are. That's the beauty of it.
For sure. Appreciate it.
So how did Kountry Wayne, how did that come to be the name?
Because I'm a country boy. I'm really from a dirt road. So I was like, I'm going to keep that name because a lot of people didn't know I was country for real. So I was like, I got to keep that, because it gives all the small towns inspiration. Because when you're from a small town, it's hard to make it because you are really stuck down there. And then if you're in poverty, then there's no opportunities for real. I don't care what color you are. It's so hard to get out of small town because the mentality of people. So I just wanted to keep that name country because a lot of people treat country people like they're slow or whatever, but we just misinformed. We don't have the information.
100%.
So I wanted to keep that because that was like a badge on my shoulder. Be like, I'm a country boy. But I'm going to work hard. You ain't going to outwork me. I'm going to do this. I know how to do this. I know how to do this. So I just want to change the narrative of country people. So I just wore that like a badge.
And the fact that you're so famous and you're not moving to California, moving to New York, like the fact that you're still here. I mean, I know you have to go different places, but it's amazing to see you and your popularity grow. And
I'm going to California, so I'm telling you not.
Forever?
No, not forever. I keep a place out here, but I got a place in California, but I love it out there.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
I love it. I love the vibe in California.
I love the vibe.
And you're like,
but they got good vegan food. See, Atlanta don't have no food.
You're right.
And I don't got no wife, so it's nothing to eat. It's nothing to eat for vegans in Georgia, man.
So how'd you become vegan? Was that always a thing?
No, I didn't even know I was vegan. I was vegetarian at first. And then I went to the restaurant one day and I was like, man, I don't want no butter or nothing, dairy.
Yeah.
And the lady said, "Are you vegan?" I said, "What's a vegan?" And she was like, "There's people who don't eat meat, but they don't even eat." I said, "I guess I just lost taste."
Yeah.
I've been vegan for 8 years.
It's not a Southern thing.
They don't.
Yeah,
care about
no,
vegan.
I totally get
It really, that's one of the reasons why I'm single for real, because it kind of messed up my romance. Because
Wait, what?
no, when you're in a relationship, the main thing you do is go out to eat together.
Yeah.
Right.
So nobody's really vegan, so it's hard to go out to eat.
No one wants to eat with you.
No, it's like they'll go eat it just for me, but I can feel they're not enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, do you just have fries? And I'm like, man, I know she wants a steak.
Beans.
Yeah. So it's like, man, really don't. Yeah. So that's why I love California, because it has
There's
vegan
loads of
restaurants
vegans.
everywhere,
Oh, yeah. They have a lot
and
of
you don't
that.
have to be vegan to go eat there, because they're vegan restaurants, the food, but the vibe is mutual and the food tastes.
Okay.
So
got it.
I could take you there and you're like, you vibing. I walk in there, somebody with cotton shoes with a gown and some beads. And like,
Sitting on the floor and
with a,
Namaste.
with the cow looking sad. Nah, it's the right vibe. So California's ahead on that.
Okay.
I've been ready since, back in the day I used to watch all the shows. So you know what I'm saying? Saved by the Bell was my favorite.
Yes,
So
I love
so
that.
watching Saved by the Bell and Zach Morris, and I'm like, man, God dog.
I got to go west.
They're ahead of times of sometimes the South too close to the way things used to be.
Yeah.
And the West just like, hey man, let's get it. Everybody about their money, because see, rent too high. So you don't got time to be when rent too high. You don't got time for racism or nothing.
No.
See,
You just got to keep going and make You
a
just
living,
got to get you got to be doing your job.
you gotta do your job.
Yeah, you can't worry about who's doing what you got to do your
New
job.
York and California, you have to do your job. It costs so much to stay there.
Yes.
You have no time for the petty things.
Yeah. Nope. The nonsense.
You gotta work.
Work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your comedy about, so we're obviously middle-aged, about the middle-aged.
I know.
Your middle-aged comedy
Oh yeah.
cracks me up about the procedures women should get done or not get done. So can
Yeah.
you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, because here we are.
Hey, I just think
Are we ready for a
I put
fight?
them on the spot.
Here we go.
and I just think women should, when they get tattoos and things like that, the procedures, they need to make sure it fit their body later on, because like a tattoo gonna change. I tell everybody.
Oh my God, it's so true.
When you're young, you get a lion on your thigh, you be like, this Simba.
Right.
You get older, be like, who's that? Mufasa.
So true.
You're about to die, now it's Scar. You're in the grave, now it's the hyenas.
So what's the tattoo gone wrong?
A tattoo gone wrong? Oh, well, my auntie, she had Jesus on her chest. For real.
Oh,
And it looked like he
wait.
was praying. But when she got older, Jesus' hands went like this. And later on, it looked like Jesus' hands was confused. So Jesus just dropped back on the cross after that. Like,
Yeah, Jesus is done. at
yeah,
that
but I've
point.
seen all kind of tattoos, man. The tigers, they get tigers.
Yeah.
Then the tigers turn into a hot dog. 'Cause you got to stretch so far, the dog cat thing, whatever. Man, you got to get them tattoos, make sure they stay up. Man.
I see my clients who are like on the side, just like the moth will become a butterfly.
Oh, what
Go
you
back
do?
To I'm a psychologist.
Oh, you're a psychologist?
Yeah, but
so you getting in my
they'll show
head
me.
right now.
Oh yeah, of course.
She has you sussed.
Oh, yeah. What's your name again?
Pam.
Pam?
Yeah.
That
She's,
was up,
she's
Pam.
Dr. Pam.
Dr. Pam.
Yeah,
Dr.
she's
Pam.
Dr. Pam.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You just gave me a
I know
storyline.
nothing.
I'm finna get a psychologist in my skits.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
I'm gonna end up marrying a psychologist.
Yeah.
A psychologist. That's crazy.
Oh,
Oh, not literally.
no, but like,
She's crazy.
you're like, no pun intended, but my mind is now going towards like what I'm about to talk about on my skit.
Oh no, it gave me this. You just gave me 140 skits.
No, you can see it coming across your face. You're
Yay.
like, oh yeah.
Oh.
So you're a
no.
great listener.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, boy. Your husband in trouble.
Like what you said, that's how you learn. You learn from listening, and then you learn how people talk and what they're about, and then you can like help respond in a way that's your audience. Like
Mhm.
you have to listen to your audience or know who your audience is.
That's real.
So you'll be different in South Georgia probably than you would be in California.
You haven't blinked. You know a lot. So what do you guys do?
I'm a vocal coach now. Yes.
Oh, you can teach somebody how to sing?
Yes.
But Lisa
She's a famous
Lisa's
singer.
humble. Lisa
Yes,
she was
famous
Celtic
singer.
Woman's
She was a
PBS
Celtic
Celtic
woman.
Woman.
So we it was very similar to what you did. Our audience was a PBS audience. So this was back in like 2004, 2005. So we, in those days, actually went viral, which was insane because we were like 5 women from Ireland and presenting this very angelic kind of sound. So so that's what I did. But now I'm a vocal coach and I teach kids.
Can you teach anybody how to sing, or they have to have it a little bit?
No, I can actually. I've only had 2. I've had about
Me and Ashley.
5.
I was like, we haven't actually been her clients.
No, I've
or
only
she would
had
be
2.
like, there's 4.
No, that's not true. It's not true. I can tell from their voices they could sing.
Nope.
2. I've only ever had 2 that actually couldn't sing, and I tried for about 4 or 5 years, and they just couldn't sing.
Oh,
but that's that's really small. And I've taught about 3,000.
But can you teach somebody who can't sing at all, but you could teach them how to sound good? If
yes,
they can?
Yes. As long
I got to take your class.
Okay, as long as you can hear, and I'm sure you can hear. I would, and if you can rap, you can sing.
Okay, I need to learn how to sing. How long is it going to take to teach me?
Like 24 hours. No, I'm joking.
No, for real. How long is this?
It's consistent. So it's a muscle. So it's consistently singing for, you could do, well, I'd have to hear you first, but.
I'm terrible, but.
Sick. Well, I don't think you could be.
I got to take your class.
Yes. I will teach you how to sing.
Oh boy, I'm going to be dangerous.
Get you.
I always want to know how to sing because I feel like I couldn't get in trouble in a relationship.
If you can sing to
If I come home 2:00 in the morning, she's like, where you been? I'm like, listen, I was at my sister's house. And then I make that little trumpet. She's like, just come on in. I got to learn how to sing.
You're forgiven. Yes.
I don't think I've ever had a man sing for me either, which is kind of crazy.
Wait,
I've never had
you never?
Yeah, no, never. No, I've never dated a singer.
You never had a man sing for you?
No.
What's something you like? Like, what's the little thing? You know how women got the little thing that, is it flowers or it's a date? What's the thing that you like that make you feel buttery?
Loyalty.
Oh,
like
that's
really,
a good one.
really important to me. Really, really
trust
important.
and
I was going to say
loyalty.
trust. Yeah, trust is my big
I don't
one.
need the
gotta-
flowers.
In comedy,
I don't need
we all
flowers.
talked about that before you
I'm
got
like
here.
I don't need
Flowers
the
make me
gifts.
like, what's wrong?
Yeah, what did you do? What did you do?
Yes.
Y'all get all the
true
game
day.
at this table right
It's
here.
so true though, is it not? Like, oh yeah, what'd you do wrong?
Yeah.
This is fun because now I'm just listening.
No, but you know what? This is really funny. In high school, my best date ever was this guy took me on a picnic. We had McDonald's and the like time and the energy. Because back then, no one
So y'all
did
women,
that kind of thing.
y'all women love time. You love when a man give you time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Time is good.
And we talked about humor. Like, I love that was the thing
100%.
that attracted me into my husband. And I mean, seriously, we've been together. We've been married 28 years.
Congratulations.
It's so
because
important.
it's so hard to find somebody who, like, when you've had a bad day, they can just, you know what I mean? Like, roll with it and come back and make laugh. So, okay, now answer. Because I know you can make people laugh. So, like, why are you not married?
Man, I want somebody like that too. Somebody can make me laugh.
Oh, that's good.
Would it be hard to make you laugh, though?
Oh, really? Yeah,
Maybe.
kind of.
I was gonna say-
Not really though. But
You probably just have to be super witty.
But people think I'm laughing at them. So when I laugh so much, then they get defensive. They always be like, what you laughing at? But I can see the humor deep. So I'm not never laughing at nobody. But it just, man, I just got to find somebody who is not insecure and somebody who, somebody who make me laugh and somebody who knows some vegan food at. That's the main thing. I feel like if you don't have something to eat, it's so important.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
For
And to
them.
get what you need. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's simple, right? It's simple, but I just like somebody who I could vibe with.
So somebody who's like laid back.
Laid back and real and not worried about what the world got to say.
Yep.
Since you've been so, big and famous and all this is going on, do you find people just come after you for like that? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of creepy to me when people are like, oh, he's doing great. Let me
Like, how do you know the difference of like genuine interest
which like you said, loyalty,
or
right? That's a huge thing.
the ones that are just playing a role? Like, does that?
I don't know if I ever know because
It's hard to know.
even when I was in kindergarten, I was up. So I wrote about that in my book. I always knew how to stay up.
Yeah.
So when I was in kindergarten, I was always the popular guy. I knew how to stay up. So I never know if somebody want me if I was down because I'm gonna stay up. So I'm okay with them wanting the life because if it was my daughter, hey, but they come after me. But you got to be real.
Yeah.
I can't fake it. I can't fight every day to try to make somebody real at the age of 35. I got to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about marriage again. Yeah, but I'm so petty. Like body heat messed me up. Like you sleep with somebody every night. It's just the body heat for real. I feel like we gotta get different beds because the last relationship I was
just
in.
get different
bamboo sheets.
No, bamboo sheets and get different blankets. Like you have completely different sheets.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I tried about almost everything, but let me tell you, I don't know what it is about body heat.
You're like, I need you on the porch.
I need you in the basement.
I
We're
need you
done.
in a completely separate room.
Yes.
But I will tell you, bamboo sheets
That's good.
and separate, like completely separate sets of sheets, and then you can be in.
I might gotta get somebody who's busy too. I guess I don't know.
That's true.
I just don't think no woman gonna put up with everything I do. Like,
oh my gosh,
with the content I do, I don't think if I would have been in a relationship, I would never have been able to build my social media platform the way I did.
No, I think you need an older woman.
Yeah. I get. That's all I really get along with.
Middle-aged women.
Every middle-aged woman I ever talk to, that really be the one.
Yeah. Because they're confident, they know who they are. They don't have to impress you. Like it's
exactly.
just like, this is my life, and you can fit into it or not, and I'm good.
Just no tattoos.
No tattoos.
I have a very sad-looking Tweety on my butt.
He was
a little perch.
Oh my
Tweety
God.
bird, and now he's just a little longer.
Holy crap! You have Tweety bird on your butt?
Tweety has been there since I was 18.
Does Tweety still look like Tweety, or does Tweety look like something else?
No, he still looks like.
When's the last time you seen him?
When's the last? I check him out every day. I make sure he looks good. I feed him. I'm like, he needs a little bit of fattening up. He needs some hydration. He's looking. Sometimes I hold him up. He's lost a bit of his color, though.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
He's not as bright yellow as he used to be.
Yeah, they all lose their color. What is that about?
Oh,
the yellow.
They do.
Oh my
yellow.
God, Lisa, I could not love you more. I could not love you more.
So no tattoos for you?
He has his tattoos on his
got,
arm.
He's got,
I got Bugs Bunny with a crown.
Oh,
I got that.
About that.
But I'm sorry, you don't have Tweety on your bum.
No, I ain't got nothing. I got nothing out there. Nothing's there.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so where'd that come from?
When I was 18, I got it because I always knew I was funny. I said I'm funny like you Bugs Bunny, but I'm still a boss. So I just was like, it fitted how I felt at the time.
Sweet.
Is that your only tattoo?
About like marriage and like.
Now, I did want to get married like 10 days ago, but
10 days ago?
No, I'm saying like the last 10 days, I was like, I just ain't gonna get married ever. But up to then, I thought I was gonna get married again. But now I'm to the point, I don't think it's gonna ever happen again.
So what happened 10 days ago?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like, man, I'm just like, nah, it's not gonna work. I know what it really takes to make a woman happy. And that's part of it. A woman has to feel like, and with my career and everything I got going on, and with the kids, is really unrealistic. Now I could fake it.
Yeah. Right.
But now I'm gonna have to go through these situations and make you feel better every other day.
And that's not worth it.
It ain't worth the game because I gotta get to the money.
Yeah.
I gotta get this money because
child support to pay,
in this world, if money ain't right, we're gonna be unhappy anyway. So
and you're also so focused on your career as well. And you have to be. You have to be. I know that was a deciding factor for me eventually. I had my kids on the road with me. And I was like, I'm not giving, like, I'm not being a good wife. I'm not being a good performer. I'm not being a good mom. And there's just so much you have to do. And if you are, like, if this is really, I don't know, your career is huge, but it sounds like, by the sounds of it, it's about to explode. So, like, you have to make sure that you're completely dedicated to that too.
Yeah.
And that's
especially when you come from, man, when you come from, you the first one in your family to have some money. So when you the first one, when you get an opportunity like this in life, you can't play with it because it's the reason for all your seasons. And I'm not lonely, so I got to be realistic about that. And I wouldn't want to put nobody in that. And every woman I conversate with swear they ready. They start sending me pictures of vegan food. I'm like, girl, you eat some chicken. Like, I don't care if you don't have to be vegan because I'm vegan. So
and then they're in a hamburger going like.
They already being fake. Like, so it's like, man, I'm focused on what I'm doing and I enjoy it. And I enjoy my kids, man. Yeah.
I think it's cool because with all you have a lot of kids to balance, but you're a really involved dad too. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, I'm in their business.
How do you balance it all, honestly?
Man, it's just I think with the way my life's set up now, Jesus, it balanced my life so much because I work from home, so I could shoot them skits in my house real quick. Bam, and I won't have to work. Like right now, I'm so ahead. I filmed like 22 skits the other day.
Oh wow!
So I stay so ahead. So now I got time.
Right.
Yeah.
I have so much time within time. Cause I think if you got money and no time, you're still broke.
Being real is what's made you. And so the book is awesome.
Thank you.
You're getting ready to go. Are you going back on tour after?
I wasn't, man, but they want me to go out. I'm going to go out to comedy clubs, August, September, October to work on new material because once the special drop, you can't go do the same material. And I'm going back on tour the middle of March.
Where can we find your tour? Like
Oh, it's going to, Trish. No, it's going to be online.
Okay, good.
Yep.
We'll post a link to all of his stuff when we post
I really
the podcast.
appreciate you guys, man. I like
God.
what y'all got going on. This was amazing. Like,
Thank you. Thank you. And you just keep doing you.
Thank you, man. No problem.
Yeah, like amazing.
Wish y'all many blessings to y'all podcast. This is amazing.
Thank
you. And thanks to everyone who tuned in.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
I just seriously could sit here and talk to him
Same.
for like another.
Yeah, I could definitely hang out with him.
He was
like, oh my
hilarious.
gosh.
I know,
was
so
like,
funny.
can we just hang out for like 5 more hours?
Just refreshingly honest. I like that was just my takeaway.
Again, real, raw, amazing, human. Amazing
and you
human.
can see him taking everything in. Like, I thought that was close to that, but you can see he's really taking
obviously
everything
a very smart person.
I mean, I do feel like that there's going to be snippets that we're going to see in his skits.
Yep.
Let me tell you about these crazy
So I do feel like that we're going to see
Tweety Bird is definitely going to come
Tweety
into a
Bird.
skit.
I mean, holy
I
crap.
have 2 tattoos. I have another one as well.
Is it as good as Tweety?
No, it's not as good as Tweety. No.
I mean, how do you? No. Holy crap! But no, I just
It was amazing.
again to meet someone who just has such a good, true energy. I just think it's amazing. I think
No,
the
he's
world
fabulous.
needs more people
What a great
that are
guy.
just
Yeah,
that
I
are
enjoyed
just
it.
gracious and grateful in whatever they do.
I'm so appreciative of him taking time just to come and sit and talk
Of course,
with us.
I mean, because
oh my
he
gosh,
had
there's so much
he
to do.
totally did not have to come sit.
He got free therapy. What are you talking about? Completely. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He's like, Pam said.
Dr. Pam.
Yeah.
Yes, we're
He
gonna
was
talk about
really
this
nice.
later. Yeah, he
Really
was
nice
amazing.
guy.
Yeah, so
Nice
Trisha,
guy.
thank you for setting this
Yes,
up
we
because
appreciate it.
I mean,
Super
we
cool.
were super excited and like our expectations were already super high, but shockingly enough, like we exceeded that. In my opinion, like it was even better than what I could have.
He was fab.
But like, I feel like with every podcast, we learn so much. We say that all the time, but you learn so much still,
Right.
like so much about who people are and what makes them go and like what makes them who they are and how they're true to themselves, and just seeing that reality and the honesty and the truthfulness of people is just, it's amazing.
So funny but deep.
And that's what
Yes.
I think is unfortunately rare in the world that we live in, is that he's real, he's deep, but also he has grace and gratefulness. And I think
That's so rare in the entertainment
priorities.
world.
And
to be
it
fair.
is.
It
And I
really
think
is. Yeah.
And
That's what-
priorities of like family and kids, and not just like what's going to make me famous, but what's going to make, what makes me
like he just wants to be a
important.
good human. And I think that should be what everyone strives for, is to be a good human.
And I think, like, I always kind of try and rationalize as well when, like, it's great to be able to do what you're good at. So it's an amazing thing
Right.
to be able to have what was your hobby as your job. But I think when you actually sometimes make it your job and it's less about your ego, and I really felt that with him. I felt that it was less about his ego. He doesn't do what he does for the accolade. He's doing it because it's a job. And he said he was competitive and he's trying to be better all the time. And I think that brings a different sense of reality into what you're doing.
And knowing
when you do this.
yourself.
Yeah, and knowing who
are.
you are and what you're prepared to stand for, and drawing a clear line as like, this is who I am. And I do, like, as I respect it completely. But I was just so impressed with how he stayed true to himself. And that's
And he
amazing.
doesn't apologize for it. And I think that that's part of it. Like when you just own it, there's no apology.
Well, cheers to being real and
Cheers.
being funny.
This just made my day.
Thank you for joining the ladies of the Middle Age-ish podcast as they journey through the ups and downs of this not young, but definitely not old season of life. To hear past episodes or make suggestions for future episodes, visit www.middleageish.com. That's www.middleageish.com. You can follow along on social media at Middle Age-ish. Also, if you have a moment to leave a review, rate, and subscribe, that helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the Middle Age-ish podcast.